Welcome, dear ones. Welcome to the Rose and the Bee evening of magical ornament making. If you're here, I suspect you've been visiting the living blog journey through the holiday season, and I am so grateful to know how it's going. So use the chat as we are together and share with me some of your reflections as we make the ornaments. Whether you're here with thread in your hands or simply listening from the edge of your evening, you are welcome. Tonight, we will feel into the old way with simple things, with patient hands and a slow, calm breath. We'll work with thread, spice, citrus, and evergreen, materials that have kept winter magical company for centuries. So, may our work tonight carry more than an ornament shape that's beautiful. May it be imbued with protection for your home and your journey. May it be imbued with warmth of your heart and a quiet remembering of how to move through dark season with grace and gratitude. If your hands know what to do, trust your hands. If they're not sure, let them listen to your heart and find their way. There's no reason to rush, only to make, to tend, to create. So now, let's pause our talking a little bit. Let's let our hands remember and let's reach for our supplies, the thread, the spice, the greenery. Maybe light a candle on your table to give you a little extra warmth and to make your space a little more special. Let's see what will take shape as we work together. So, our winter nights with the rose and the bee journey are small gatherings that are growing steadily. I hope the blog has been a place for you to listen, to remember, to be inspired to create and to share. If you're just now logging in, welcome. Welcome. Tell us where you are logging in from. Tell us what you're creating tonight. As you see, we work with simple things. We have the beautiful red thread, and I wrote to you a little bit about the red thread earlier this week in our blog. It has been a very powerful magical tool for a very long time in many, many traditions. In some traditions, its power is still present, and clothes are embroidered with it, with special symbols and motifs that bring healing, protection, inspiration, prosperity, harmony. So we bring this thread into our ornament making tonight. May our work tonight of creating ornaments create items that will feel like gentle protection moments, gentle moments of inspiration that keep connecting us to our inner warmth, to the light of the sun, reminding us that small acts done with care are never really small. So don't rush. Choose a slice of orange or a lemon that you may have prepared for tonight and feel it and look at it. Look at it over the candle's light. See it glow. Feel its warmth as you see it glow. Feel the fragrance that radiates from it as it gets warm by the candle. This scent reminds you that our ornament making is a living art. You're welcome to craft in the space that is alive. Do not rush. Slow your breathing and slow your hands. If you feel like saying hello in the chat, please do. It'd be great to know where you're joining us from. Let's make a little hole in the center of the first orange slice we're using for this work tonight. Ever so carefully, for they are rather fragile when they're dehydrated like this. In many old stories, the red thread appears at just the right moment. And so it does here for us as well. In the stories, maybe the heroine of the story. Maybe the heroine of the story will tuck the thread into her pocket before entering the dark forest. Maybe someone will tie it to a charm for good luck, or to help them stay on their path and not lose their way in the darkness of the enchanted woods. Sometimes it's there for healing, sometimes for remembering, sometimes for protection, other times for strength. Hello, Jamie from Seattle. I'm so happy you're here. And so happy you're slowing with us with stories of the season. Let us tie the first knot of our thread. The knot number 1. 1 to connect. 2 to stay together. And 3 to make it be healthy. And now you insert healthy, joyous, prosperous, wealthy. You decide. So the red thread we talked about. Let's talk about our orange slice or the lemon slice if that's what you have, or both. While our red thread doesn't shout, doesn't shine, it holds, it connects, it protects, it strengthens, it remembers the way back, the way through, the way home, the way back to the heart. These ornaments we're making, they're not meant to impress anyone. They're meant to keep us warm. to keep us inspired. They're not meant to be perfect in any way. They're meant to help us feel trust in our inner light. And so when you look at your slices of citrus fruit, what do they bring to mind? If you're just logging in, whether if you're crafting or just listening, you are welcome. If you don't have exactly the supplies you see here, that's all right. Use what you have. Use what symbolizes warmth and joy and goodness to you personally. Well, citrus slices glowing over our candlelight, reminiscing of the sun's warmth, reminiscing of the joy's warmth in our hearts, and the sweet smell, warm smell of cinnamon. Don't burn it, but warm it over the candlelight a little bit. It's going to spread that aroma of cinnamon. It's going to mix it with that fragrance of your citrus slices. And we bring that warmth of cinnamon to our orange slice. Together, they hold warmth. Together, they bring health. Together, they inspire us to be generous with the blessings that find their way to us. And the red thread connects them, holds them together. Oh, how beautiful. Jamie, you love looking at the orange slice too through the light. So many threads. That is so very true. Let's take a look at another one. All of these fibers in the slice, like a network of threads coming together in the center, radiating out into the periphery, and the aroma bringing them together. So beautiful, Jamie. Thank you for sharing that. So now we tie another knot for our red thread to hold the cinnamon in place. One, to connect. Two, to keep together. And three, to make it be. To make it be what? To make it be healthy. To make it be strong. To make it be joyous. And if you feel that this ornament is ready as it is, this is a good point to pause and finish this one. Maybe the other one will be a little different. But for right now, I'm going to finish this one. You see, these special magical ornaments don't need to be complicated. They need to be just what you feel is right. That's all. They don't need to be perfect for anyone, but for you. So let's put this one to the side. And let's see if we can make another one and what it's going to look like. Look at the slices one at a time and find the one that says it's ready. Ah, look, I feel this one is ready. The sun's warmth, the heart's joy beautifully radiate through this one. Let us make the center open, just like we open our hearts. And for this one, maybe we invite the stars. Let's bring the stars here. Our star anise reminds us of the starlight, but also of clarity that we can find gazing at the stars, the guidance that they can whisper to us even in the most foggy mornings or the most confusing evenings. Let's bring these two together and then we will see if this ornament is asking for a sprig of evergreen for continuity and longevity. We'll find out. We'll find out when we bring together the sun's joy, as the sun's warmth and the heart's joy with guidance and clarity of the stars. Let your hands remember, reach for the thread. Enjoy the fragrance of the spice and the evergreen and the citrus on your table. If you feel like sharing, what is your ornament becoming imbued with, or who it's going to be a gift for, please do share in the chat. If you're not making, if you're just watching, do consider sharing things that you're being inspired to remember or create or do as you watch us make these ornaments here tonight. Remember, we slow down. Winter work teaches us that there is beauty and clarity in slowing down. If you ever went snowshoeing, you know how slow it is to snowshoe the same distance you swiftly walk on the same path in the middle of the spring. One knot to connect, two to hold together, three to make it be a season of clarity. Now I want to bring the thread through again so that I can add my star anise, so that I can imbue its fragrant inspiration and guidance, the clarity connection to the stars. Work very slowly. Feel the bumps. Feel the fragrance of the spice and the fruit. One of the many things that I love about handmade ornaments is how bright, how present, yet how quietly they radiate their gifts. They don't scream, they don't demand that we look at them, but they're there, they glow, they're warm, they're soft, and they simply move us to feel, to remember. One thread to connect. Two to keep together. Three to make it be healthy and guided in clarity. What's one scent or sound around you right now that is really present for you as you make this ornament tonight? It's so interesting when we slow down to notice such a little thing, what we might discover in a world that keeps asking us to be loud, to be fast, to slow down and make an ornament like this is such a special gift to yourself. This one definitely feels like evergreen sprig will be something to add. Maybe that intention for health, being healthy and guided in clarity will benefit from the longevity of the evergreens. If you're new to the Winter's Magic journey, welcome. We are not even halfway through the season. Do visit the blog and look at the earlier days if you haven't seen all the stories just yet. Tomorrow a new story comes. It'll be fun. I was writing it for you earlier today. I think you're going to find it fun to read. Yet another version, another retelling of that old story. Feel the ornament you're making. Feel the rhythm that it's bringing into your mind, into your imagination. The winter nights are so much about rhythm, about gestures, about hands learning something, teaching your mind something that can only be learned in quiet, contemplative mindful moments of pure creativity. If these kinds of gatherings have been nourishing to you, please stay along for our full journey through the season. You don't have to do everything. You don't even have to visit every day, but stop by whenever the season calls you back to your center, whenever you feel the call from that realm where fairy tales meet fiber threads. And if you know someone who would love to pause like this in their own life, who would enjoy or who has not even been realizing how much they miss making beautiful things by their hands, share this inspiration with them. Invite them into your space to create together. Share the stories with them from our journey. People have been decorating their homes, their doorways, their trees, their hearths, their tables, their windows, long before the time when stores sold ornaments. You know, before store-bought ornaments, decorations were not just for their appearance. They were a form of communication. They told the forest in the winter, here in this warm house, behind these glowing bright windows, someone lives here. Someone is growing here. Someone shares love and generosity here. Someone tends this home. Someone hopes for light to return swiftly. So, dear friend, dear maker of magic, I would love to know if you're open to sharing in the chat box what surprised you about our gathering tonight, about our experience in making these magical ornaments. Maybe nothing surprised you. Maybe you were just reminded of all the things you always do. Or maybe you were reminded of all the things you've been missing and not doing. So when you make your ornaments and put them on the tree or in the window or somewhere special in your home, remember, you're taking a little step, a little tippy-toe step into the enchanted fairy tale realm. You're joining the long line of magic makers and seekers in the realm where fairy tales meet fiber threads. Let your ornaments look the way they're supposed to look. Do not make them appear something they're not supposed to be. Let your heart feel what they're supposed to look like this year. Your heart will know, your hands will listen and create. So, as we come toward the end of this live stream today, let your hands finish the work you've started. Invite others to join you. And remember to return later to make another ornament or two, maybe as a gift, to bless someone, to share a sparkle of light and warmth with someone, or to remind them of things that bring them joy. Before we say goodbye, drop a little note in the chat tell me if you have remembered something, have been moved and inspired by something. Tell me if you have a favorite story so far on our winter journey that maybe you shared with your friends or loved ones or your children. May your hands remembered old-time kindness. May what you make with care guard your doorway longer than the season. May the quiet you touched tonight follow you gently into tomorrow's light. May thread and spice and candlelight turn this ordinary evening into a magical night. Thank you so much for being here. The replay of this live stream will stay up on the Rose and the Bee YouTube channel. You can share it with others. You can return to it if you want to reconnect with the work at a later time. Until next time, tend the small glowing warmth in your heart and help it keep growing and shining into the winter's night. See you soon in the realm where fairy tales meet fiber threads at the Rose and the Bee Magical School of Fiber Arts. Blessings on your evening and your magical making.